iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing National Series. Here for round number 9 from the Volusia Raceway Park here in Florida. These drivers have bounced back and forth all season between Volusia and Lanier. Now, tonight, it comes down to the Twin 35s here tonight as we are closing in on the end of the season. A little bit smaller field here for tonight, but that doesn't mean anything because these drivers are still going to lay down some very quick lap times here as they are in their qualifying session. We got some heat races on tap here tonight, 10 laps of distance in our heat races before we go to our Twin 35 features. All drivers will make the feature events here tonight, so we will see all the drivers on track at least twice here this evening, is at least what the race control, and the promoters are telling me here tonight, so we will go with a smaller field, but still have it action-packed racing surface here that the iRacing officials have prepared very nicely here tonight for the Valley View Firewood drivers. And, well, looking at the top of the boards here in our qualifying session with just a couple moments left, CJ LeClaire right now currently is sitting at the top of the boards. Josh LeClaire, Caleb Durgan, Peyton Talbert, and Dylan Rabtoy currently are sitting there as your top 5 drivers here. One driver has yet to qualify. That is the car number 40 of Josiah Millen. So we'll see if he does turn a qualifying attempt. Actually, it will tell me that he already has gone out onto the speedway. He will be DQ'd on his qualifying attempt here tonight. So the driver from Pennsylvania will have to start towards the tail of his heat race. We'll see how far he can work his way through the field tonight. Tonight's race, though, is brought to us by Valley View Firewood. The family owned and operated the Valley View Firewood, located on Sunset Drive in Willsboro, New York, serving the North Countryside with all its firewood needs. From small bundles to truckloads, well-seasoned, split, ready-to-go firewood to heat your home or campfire. Contact them today. That's the Valley View Firewood up there in Willsboro, New York. So, as you can see, heat race number 1 is making its way to the starting grid. Let's take you down trackside here tonight and see who is on the pole. Starting on the front row of this one, this will be the driver out of New York, driving the Heats Auto number 4. This is C.J. LeClaire to his outside, driving the Valley View Firewood number 17, the Ducharme Speed number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Starting back in P, the driver out of Vermont, driving the raised die and tubing entry. This is the number 22 of Dylan Rabtoy. Starting back in P, number 3 here tonight. This is going to be the number 31 of Matt LaValle. He will start back there in 4th, while Chris Clark will sit there in P number 5. That's the Clark and Son Automotive, number 77 out of New York. He'll start back there in the 5th position. And how about it? It's the wild child. It's the 97.5. Nathaniel Gay will start back there in 6th. And we have a special guest, the Magic Bus Racing number 33. That's Paul LaCourt. He will not actually take to the grid here tonight. He is up high above here in the tower. He is our race control here tonight. So Paul LaCourt not going to take to the grid. As much as we've all tried and pushed and prodded to try and get Paul out onto the racetrack tonight, he has said no, happily declined, and he will, well, just stay up in the booth tonight. We tried to get him to come down and race fans. We know a lot of people know that Paul puts a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of energy in behind the scenes here with this series, so we do thank him for all the hard work he does do to bring us this racing action to the big screen every Wednesday night. We also got to thank Begor Supply, a family-owned and operated business in Moores, New York, offering varying products from hardware, plumbing, septic supplies, cultivating, leach, field pipes, animal and pet feed, lawn and garden recreational parts, and the propane fill station is Begor Supply, one of the big supporters here of the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing National Series. As you see the cars out onto the speedway, we're getting ready to go. This time by, we're going to turn them loose. There you see them as they work down the back straightaway. 6 drivers, this will all slot them into the main event because they are all going to the big show. This is just to work the track in, get a little bit of track seat time. Green flag is in the air here in heat race number 1. CJ LeClaire will storm down the back straightaway with the race lead. You see the 2 cars battling side by side. A little bit of a right rear there from the 77. That'll be the 77 of Clark. That was LaValle then. That actually took the little bit of a wild ride. Here comes Durgan. Durgan had to actually start towards the back of the field. Had to give up his qualifying spot. Had to go to the back of the field. Him, and I believe it was that the 22 of Rabtoy that had to go all the way to the back. 2 laps in the books, and CJ LeClaire is out front flexing his muscle here tonight. Caleb Durgan trying to work around the number 77. That's the Clark and Son Automotive, number 77 of Chris Clark, the driver out of New York. Durgan going to go to the bottom side here in 3. Slide job coming. The 77 going to rail him right in the back bumper bars. Both drivers keep it pointed and squared into the right direction. There's that Cheetah chassis, number 77. He'll slide in turn number 1, blow the tires off out of turn number 2. Here comes the 22 of Rabtoy. Rabtoy will now work the bottom side of the speedway. When they come by this time, CJ LeClaire are going to see 3 laps flash up on the board. It's just 3 more times around. Here, all 6 drivers still out onto the raceway. Matt LaValle has gathered to back up, but he's about 5 seconds back. Half the straightaway back there behind the race leader right now, CJ LeClaire, who's going to wind him up to get 2 to go this time by. Rabtoy still trying to get around on the bottom side of that number 77. Not quite able to get it done. CJ LeClaire going to pick up the white flag here in heat race number 1 tonight. So looking like that Heath's Auto Repair, number 4, going to be able to lead all the laps here in the first race of the evening and go to victory lane. So it'll be CJ LeClaire, Caleb Durden, Chris Clark, Dylan Rabtoy, Nathaniel Gay, and Matthew LaValle. That is how they will come across here in heat race number 1. That's unofficial results here, but that is how they are being scored. Second heat race of the evening will make its way to the grid. This is how they're going to line up. Starting on the front row, driving the LeClaire Flatworx, number 7 here tonight. This will be Josh LeClaire. Starting at P number 2, it's the Fast Lane Performance, Ted's Auto Body, number 14, T of Peyton Tabor. He'll roll off from second. It's the youngster, the driver out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. The Rags Carter Racing, number 1 of Talon Carter, will go from P number 3. And it's the Racing Jason entry. The Griffith Stone, number 98, coming out the gate here tonight. Jason Griffith will start back there in P number 4. And it's the number 1W. It's the McDuff Racing Bartell Builders, number 1W of Wade McDuff out of Hudson Falls, New York. He will go 5th here tonight, while the number 40 of Josiah Millen out of Kutztown, Pennsylvania. The Jordan Hen Racing number 40 will go in P number 6 here. They're going to squash them all up here. Talon Carter going to have to go to the back of the field here tonight in his heat race, along with 14T of Peyton Tabor. So we will let them back loose here for another 8 laps the distance, it does look like. Remember, all drivers do make our feature event here this evening, so as soon as the iRacing.com safety car does make its way to pit road, we'll go green flag racing. Clark & Son Automotive, established back in 2019, Clark & Son Automotive has built up one of the best reputations in the area for customer service with advanced diagnostics, automotive repair, fleet maintenance programs, and fabrication, heavy-duty truck repair services, computer diagnostics, AMES system repairs, truck and trailer custom welding and fabrication. They have it all. They can do it all at Clark & Son Automotive. Green flag coming out this time by. Here we go. Let's drop the hammer once again here. Back to the racing action here tonight. LeClaire will lead us off turn number 2. Look who's there. It's the keyboard warrior, the 98 of Racing Jason. He has picked up P number 2. He's going to set him up and knock him down. LeClaire will lead lap number 1. They were 3 wide momentarily off turn number 4. It was Millen to the outside. Carter was in the middle, and Peyton Tabor in the 14T. Now to be Tabor and Millen that are side by side down the back straight away. As they come by, it'll be complete lap number 2 here. Josh LeClaire has set sail. He is out of the picture right now, about a half a second race lead. The battle's still back here for that 5th and 6th position. Millen going to get around that 14T. Tabor going to go down to the bottom side of the speedway, though. Trying to work the bottom side here with his 358 modified. Here comes Talon Carter in the car number 1. Something happened. Wade McDuff going to overshoot the corner down in turn number 1. He got the 1W way up out of the groove. They call that 4 in the fluff, and he was squandering on the top side of the speedway. 5 to go. It'll be 4 to go for LeClaire this time by. That LeClaire Flatworx entry, it feels like a repeat from last week. Heat race number 3 last week. LeClaire led every lap except for the final 2. And that's because, unfortunately, I heard his flat screen in his simulator became a curved screen. I don't know what happened, but I can tell you there was definitely a malfunction at the LeClaire household. The popsicle sticks are about to come back out here. The Dig Racing Shocks number 7 here of LeClaire digging around the speedway as he has set sail here. Millen and Peyton Tabor still joined together here tonight. LeClaire just kind of leaving them all in the dust. Here comes Talon Carter. He's battling to the inside of the keyboard warriors, number 98. Joker Dobbs better get on the loud pedal as the white flag is out. It should be Josh LeClaire coming back around here. As it's Dobbs in second as they enter the final 2 sets of corners. It will be Josh LeClaire racing Jason, Talon Carter, Josiah Millen, Peyton Talbot, and Wayne McDuff here tonight. That's how they will that's how they will finish in our second heat race of the evening. That means there's another one coming up on the boards here tonight. Let's take a look here at our Simbox starting lineup here for our first feature event of the evening. Starting on the front row, driving car number 4. This is going to be C.J. LeClaire in the Hanson Auto entry. He will start P number 1. Starting to the outside of him, Josh LeClaire. He won heat race number 2 here tonight, so the LeClaire Flatworx entry will go second here in feature number 1. Caleb Durgan, he will start in P number 3 with car number 17, and it's the racing Jason entry. This is Jason Griffith in the 98. He'll start back there in 4th. The Clark and Son Automotive, number 77. Chris Clark will go from P number 5 here tonight. Well, starting back into the 6th position, the driver from Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, driving car number 1. This is Talon Carter. Dylan Raptoy in car number 22. The race Diane Tubing entry will go 7th, while the Jordan Hen Racing, number 40 of Josiah Millen, will go P number 8. It's the 97.5 of Nathaniel Gay. He'll start back there into the 9th position. The 14T. The Fast Lane Performance, number 14, Tia Peyton Talbot, will go 10th. Matthew LaValle in car number 31. That Chevrolet-sponsored entry will go 11th. 12th on the grid, the final car on the Speedway, the 1W. The Bartell Builders 1W of Wayne McDuff will go into P number 12. That's your starting lineup brought to us by Simbox. If you don't have one, you need one. Simbox, your leading button box here on the iRacing.com service. There's the front 2 drivers. We're going around one more time before we drop the hammer here tonight. 35 laps will be the distance here in our first heat race of the evening. Before these drivers all came here to the raceway, though, and a lot of them left that New York area, well, they had to head on over to the M&M Country Store, a small-town convenience store offering all the necessities, including fuel, food, and beer. Stop in and try out our small-town diner or take out to go, located on Norrisville Road in Schuyler Falls, New York. Gioiosa's Wine and Spirit also jumping on board as they are Plattsburgh's home for wine and spirits. If we don't have it, you can't get it. For the best price in town, Gioiosa's has you covered. Stop by the store today in Plattsburgh, New York. 12 drivers, 35 laps. Here we go. As you see, Caleb Durgan says, let's get going here. 35 laps, first race on the track. C.J. LeClaire in that Hanson Auto entry has the early lead, but look who's lurking down to the inside. Here comes Caleb Durgan. He'll work the bottom side. He'll point it down the straightaway, but it will be C.J. LeClaire leading lap number 1 here tonight. Look at Joshua LeClaire back there. He is riding the high side right around car number 4. There's the 98 of Griffith also. Talon Carter is working about the middle groove. Caleb Durgan still down around the bottom side of the speedway. One car going to go for a wild ride down to turn number 1. That was C.J. LeClaire as the caution lights are going to come on all around the speedway. That will put us under our first caution flag of the evening and a couple other ones. It looks like the 98 and the 31 also having some issues here. So it all started with C.J. LeClaire going down into turn number 1. Take a look. Watch the 4 car. C.J. LeClaire here. Gets into the outside wall. Nowhere for the 7 of Joshua LeClaire to go. So he went into the outside wall. Then the 98's going to get tangled down here with the 40 of Millen. Watch this. There you see the 4 have his problems. There's the 98, him and, that's actually not Town. That was actually the 17, the other youngster in the field here tonight of Caleb Durgan. Durgan going to feed Dobbs a right rear. It's going to put the keyboard Warriors number 98 around. There's LaValle in the 31. He was involved. Josiah Millen involved. So 2 separate incidents here to bring out the first caution flag of the evening. Trying to figure out, it does look like Josh LeClaire in car number 7 will be the race leader here. Just been told, being put up here tonight by the crew of the 77. The Clark & Son entry has put up a $40 challenge to any driver that can sweep tonight's 2 feature events will walk away with $40 courtesy of Clark & Son Automotive. So we got to thank Clark & Son Automotive Group for putting up a little bit of a wager here tonight and see which one of these drivers can come out on top and which one of these drivers will be walking away with a cool 40 spot in their pocket. Of course, race season starting to get underway. Of course, we're going to be headed to Florida here in a couple weeks in the real world for racing. A lot of these drivers that you see here tonight may be headed down to Florida. We know the 14T is already signed up. He is locked and loaded and ready to go to Florida this season. So $40 may buy the whole crew lunch once you get down to the Sunshine State. Come back into the restart zone here. The Hanson Starter Shop restart zone. Green flag back into the air. LeClaire will lead us to green, but look at Durgan. Durgan got to go high, wide, and handsome. He's got to cut it underneath the 7 down here between turns 1 and 2. Can he take the race lead here tonight? Josh LeClaire trying to take that LeClaire Flatworx back. Oh, Caleb Durgan going to hit the inside. Well, Talon Carter nowhere to go. He runs into the back of that number 17. Now, how much damage is done to the number 1 of Talon Carter? That's going to be the question here as we continue on. The driver out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania has some damage. You can see it on the left side of car number 1. And the crush panel there on the left-hand side kind of jacked up. Peyton Talbert right now is banging on the back door here inside the top 3, trying to get around the 17 of Durgan. Durgan going to slide high down out of turn number 2. Here comes the slide job. Peyton Talbert going to slide. Caleb Durgan knew exactly what was happening. He crosses over out of turn number 4. There goes the 17. Now the 17 is going to throw a slider. Wasn't quite clear. Talbot had to hit the hooks and slow up, and he ends up driving back underneath the number 17. Same thing this time out of 4, mirror of last time by. The only difference is here comes the number 1. Oh, Durgan gonna this time give it a little too much gas in car number 17. Here comes the number 1 of Talon Carter. He'll peek to the inside going down the back straightaway. Not gonna be able to do it. Durgan gonna throw the slider on Rabtoy. Rabtoy said, I saw it. I seen that book being wrote before, and he just skips that chapter, and he goes right back by, but he's going to overshoot the cushion down there in turns 1 and 2. He'll go up to the fluff and have to take back that spot. Here comes the number 1. They're going to make contact. Look at Rabtoy. Rabtoy's just going to go right underneath the youngsters. Talon Carter and Durgan getting together, and that's going to force them to lose a spot. Durgan now's got Wade McDuff all over the back end of his machine. Right on board with the Daddy Daycare's design on car number 1W of Wade McDuff. There you see the 1 of Carter. There you see the 17 of Durgan. "25 laps to go here in our first feature event of the evening. Josh LeClaire still out front, leading Peyton Talbot, Dylan Rabtoy. And Talon Carter. There's Durgan and Carter's battling once again. Carter currently holding on to that 4 spot while Durgan's back to running 5th. He'd like to take his spot back, but he has to go up there and take it. 3 wide battle back here. Millen, LaValle, and Clark all side by side. It'll be Millen shooting out of the middle. There's the 98 of Dobbs back there, driver out of Crossville, Tennessee. A lot of battling back here. That left front of Dobbs going to get right into the back of the 31 of LaValle and had to cause him to check up just a little bit. So the 98 having some problems getting that keyboard warrior car back to the front. They're all still chasing LeClaire as he'll come by. He'll knock another one off the board, and it'll just be 21 laps to go here tonight. 21 laps to go as LeClaire leads Peyton Talbot, Dylan Rabtoy. As you see, Talbot down to the bottom side of the speedway, trying to find a little bit of a different lane here if he can to start to close the gap with 20 laps to go. 7/10 of a second is the gap between first and second place, and that grows a little bit as that number 7, that LeClaire Flatworx entry, got a really good run that time off turn number 2, but he kind of gives it back here in turn number 3 and 4. The Gioiosa's Wine and Spirits onboard camera here facing the off-your race leader looking at everybody. Peyton Talbert, Dylan Raptoy, Talon Carter back there is 4th. Caleb Durgan is 5th. Matthew LaValle and Josiah Millen back here throwing the haymakers at each other. Millen down to the bottom side. He'll slide up in front of LaValle as they're 3 wide behind him. It settles it out. Dobbs down to the bottom side. Millen to the outside there. Here comes the 31 of LaValle back down to the bottom side. He'll work the bottom down here in 3 and 4. Got a little tight. Now he's going to walk it up the track. Millen going to have a run. Can he get to the inside down here in turn 1? Millen to go to the bottom side. He'll slide back up in front of the 31. Textbook crossover here by LaValle. He'll storm down the back straightaway, letting the Bald Eagles come out of that. Tailpipes of car number 31. Once again, LaValle going to get a little tight that time down in 4. Millen going to run right into the back tire, and he'll have to lift. He'll lose all the positions there. Millen was trying to get around LaValle for that 7th spot, and LaValle did a slow slider up the speedway. Millen will fall back to the 10th position. He's got Nathaniel Gay and C.J. LaVere. LaVere's car very wounded as he's just limping around here. He will have a 5-minute intermission here with his crew to be able to bang out and change any parts that they will need to keep that Heath Auto Repair number 4. Millen around to bring out. I don't believe the caution's coming out, but Millen was around. Race lead is under a half a second now, as the caution lights will come on. Caution lights coming on around the speedway for Josiah Millen. This is what happened to Millen. Got into the right rear there of the Clark & Son number 77. As Millen tried to turn it around, just couldn't quite get it going before the race leaders got there. Right on board that Daddy Daycare's design with Millen. Very nice job of trying to stay out of the inside wall there for the 40 of Millen. So, there's the race leader, the Plattsburgh, New York driver, Josh LeClaire. He'll be the leader here over Peyton Talbert, Dylan Raptoy, Talon Carter, Caleb Durgan, Wade McDuff, Matt LaValle, Jason Griffith, Chris Clark, Nathaniel Gay, Josiah Millen, and it looks like C.J. LaVere is down on pit road. His crew going to work, trying to get that car fixed up, and, well, there it is. There it sits. Car number 4 down on pit road. See if he can get back out here tonight. Safety car lights are out. That means this time by, we're going to drop the hammer once again here tonight for these drivers. They're come back into the Hanson Starter Shop. Of course, Hanson Starter Shop is located in the upstate area of New York. 30-plus years of working on generators, alternators, anything electrical. The Hanson Starter Shop can put a spark back into it, and if they can't, they have new ones to keep your machines running. Hanson Starter Shop restart zone as we're green here tonight. "13 laps to go here in feature event number 1. It is, well, LeClaire for the time being. Peyton Tapper going to throw a big slider, that Higfib chassis. Taking the lead there at the line, but that LeClaire Flatworx number 7 trying to get it done. Look at that fast lane performance. 14T, though, lift the left front off turn 2. Carry it down the back straightaway because he had it hooked up. Those dig shocks were digging. Talbert now going to take the race lead here over LeClaire. Tried to shut the door down in 1. Here comes Talon Carter now. Carter will try to get to the outside now. He's going to lose a little momentum there. He'll have to go back there. Oh, big stack up now. Talon Carter going to get fed a right rear there from the 22 of Dylan Raptoy. Raptoy drove it in hard just like Talon Carter did, except one difference was LeClaire checked up. Talon Carter checked up, and it was just that chain reaction. Carter going to lose a spot to Durgan. Durgan will take the 3rd spot currently here. Josiah Millen, who was wrapped up in that wreck, has started to work around the outside of the speedway of some of his competition. He got around Wayne McDuff. racing Jason and Nathaniel Gay, and is now sitting in the 8th spot looking to get around that number 77. Chris Clark. Millen going to go down to the bottom side of the speedway. Clark goes to the outside. Millen not quite able to slide. Josh LeClaire just lost a spot there to the 17 of Caleb Durgan. Now Talon Carter goes down to the bottom side. It's 3 New York drivers, a Pennsylvania driver, and the Vermont native of Dylan Rabtoy. Right now, your top 5 drivers here as Talon Carter will go down to the bottom side. Slide job on LeClaire. He'll take the spot. He'll try to drive away off turn number 4. LeClaire fights back. LeClaire going to go down to the bottom. Is he going to throw a slider? He'll slowly walk it up the track. Not going to be good enough. Talon Carter going to let him sit in his dust. Talon Carter now picks up P number 3 here in feature event number 1. Just 5 to go here in feature number 1 as it is Peyton Tabbert out front here tonight. Caleb Durgan, Talon Carter, your 3 suspects that you always see at the front of this one. Question being, who's going to finish 4th here in our first feature event? Caution lights are on. Caution lights are on with 5 laps to go here. I believe it's going to be the Clark and Son Automotive number 77 of Chris Clark. What happened to the Cheetah chassis work? Number 77. You see him lift the left front off the turn 2, and he's going to fence it with that right rear, and wow, that's some aggressive flipping down the back straightaway there. Right on board that Daddy Daycare's designed onboard camera with the 77 of Clark. Here, the throttle hang on that 77, so he will have to take it to pit road to see if he can get his repairs done. So now it'll set up a little bit of a, wild card here. Why is it the wild card? Because who is going to win this one? Will it be Peyton Tabbert? Will it be Caleb Durgan, Talon Carter? How about LeClaire? He's led the most laps here tonight. Rabtoy, LaValle, Millen, McDuff, Griffith, Gay. It's all possible here. Anything is possible here tonight with this field of drivers, and we've seen some crazy sliders and crossover attempts here tonight. So, it will be Peyton Tabbert leading us back to green. It'll be just 5 to go when we take the green flag. Actually, we'll drop a lap once we take the green flag. So it'll just be 4 laps to go. There's the field. 10 drivers out there. CJ LeVere actually now going to return, so it'll be 11 drivers. Chris Clark is the only driver down on pit road. Peyton Tabbert says, here we go, chase me if you can. Down the back straightaway, it'll be the 14T leading the way, but here comes Caleb Durgan. Oh, the 14T of Tabbert read that one like a book. He went down there, blocked that number 17. It'll be now 3 laps to go here. 3 to go. Talon Carter going to the high side, trying to find momentum here. He has some time to search around, but time is running out of that hourglass as Talon Carter going to hang it out down the back straightaway. Almost tapped the right rear tire off the retaining wall. Popsicle sticks up. Peyton Tabbert only has 2 laps to hold on. Talon Carter now all over that 17, exactly what Tabbert likes to see. Carter working the bottom side. Look at Rabtoy back there as we're going to take the white flag this time by. It'll be 1 lap to go here in our first 35-lap feature event. Tabbert out front here. Caleb Durgan going to drive it in real hard, but down on the bottom side, it will be across the line. It'll be the 14T of Peyton Tabbert, Caleb Durgan, Talon Carter, Josh LeClaire, and Rabtoy, your top 5. LaValle, McDuff, Millen, Griffith, winding down the field. LeVere, Gay, and Clark, actually. So that's how they will finish there. So the 14T Peyton Tabbert will finish this one off as your race winner. We'll catch up with him here in just a couple of moments as we get ready for just a little bit of a warm-up session here. So these drivers are going to be able to stretch their legs before we have our next 35-lap feature event. We'll be right back here with more race coverage, though, from Volusia for the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing National Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to Volusia Speedway Park here. We got Victory Lane celebrations here for our first feature event of the night. Let's head down trackside and talk to the driver of the 14T of Peyton Tabert. Peyton, a pretty good showing here in our first feature event here tonight. The unfortunate news that I'm being told is congratulations on your win, but now you have to go start out back next time.
Yeah, we're definitely just got to keep our heads calm, cool, collected here, and avoid any wrecks or any mishaps. But yeah, we're just gonna keep our head down and see what we can do in this next 35.
How'd the car feel here in the first 35 laps, though, as you did have to come through a couple of these cars to make it to the front?
Car felt good. I could pretty much go wherever I wanted. I was running slider line in 3 and 4 there, and it came in about like lap 15. It was real good. 1 and 2, I'm still a little bit unsure about if it's slider or bottom, but we'll see in this next 35.
Well, we'll see you here in a couple moments. Good luck here tonight in the second feature tonight.
Thank you.
There you heard it from your winner of the first feature event here of the evening, and I believe looking at my notes here, it actually is going to be the driver of car number 17 who will finish in P number 2 here. Caleb, another great run here tonight, but man, 35 in, 35 to go. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. That was a little bit faster than Peyton there at the end. I'm not going to use him up, though. He's never done me dirty. My left front was a little messed up after I hit the wall, and then after Talon tried to throw a slider and nailed me. But, that's just hard racing, as I call it, and we'll move on to the next 35 and see how it goes.
Car good to go for the next 35 laps?
Oh, yeah, drink wine, fix it all up.
There you have it. Good luck here tonight, Caleb, as you're getting ready for the second race.
Thank you, sir.
There you hear it. The driver that will finish in P number 2 here tonight in the first race is Caleb Durgan, and one other driver here tonight, that's the number 1 of Talon Carter. Carter, a good run for you. Car looked quick.
Yeah, it was pretty good on the top through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I got to figure out a little bit more. Sucks finishing behind Peyton Caleb there again, but I think I got something for him here in the next feature.
Now you're going to have to start towards the back of the field here. What's going to be the game plan to come to the front?
Just be patient and hit my marks.
Well, good luck out there tonight, as it looks like we are ready to go for the next 35-lap feature event. So Talon Carter will have to start deep in the field here in our second race of the evening. All the drivers will start to make their way to the starting lineup here for our second race of the night, second 35-lap race of the night. So, what we're doing here now is the drivers that finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on through the lineup, we're going to flip them, turn them upside down, and we are going to send them to the back of the field. So whoever finished last, that was Chris Clark. He will be, if they can get the car fixed, he will start on the pole here tonight with LaValle, LeVaire, Griffith, Millen, McDuff, LaValle, Rabtoy, LeClaire. Then your top three, Carter and Durgan, will start back there 11th, 12th, and 13th on the starting grid. Right now it's looking like the Clark and Son Automotive number 77 will miss the call to the grid here tonight for the feature event. So that will now actually put Nathaniel Gay and CJ LeVaire on the front row as we're ready to go. 11 cars do make the call here for the next 35 laps here. You see them starting to assemble themselves and pulling away down on the front straightaway. So before we kick things off here for our second 35-lap feature here tonight, we got to thank LeClaire Flatworx, of course, located in Plattsburgh, New York. LeClaire Flatworx specializes in custom stamped sidewalks, patios, anything concrete related. Look them up on Facebook.com, contact them, and get a free quote for your next outdoor renovation. Of course, Daddy Daycare Designs, located in Pure, New York. Daddy Daycare Designs specializes in CNC machine wood products, such as signs, decorations, furniture, and much more. Check them out on Facebook.com. So there's your field as they work out of turn 4. Take a good look at them, race fans, as they come by our shot here on the front straightaway. Will all those machines come back here and look like they do now? We will find out 35 laps from now. Nathaniel Gay has not led the field to green all season long. Now he is going to be the driver that has to run away and try and hide from all these others. 11 drivers. There can only be one winner here tonight. This is a double points paying night here. So these 11 drivers that do make the call to the starting grid here tonight will be, well, they're going to get some good points, that's for sure. iRacing.com safety car is off the racing surface. Here we go. Gay down to the bottom side here. One car sideways. That's the 98 of Griffith. CJ LeVaire looking to go on the high side here. He'll lead him down into 3. Are we at Volusia or are we at Daytona? Because 2x2, they are all around the speedway here. Nobody has broke the draft. If you started on the inside, you're still down to the inside. Dobbs trying to make a middle lane there as Gay was sideways off turn 2. CJ LeVaire did lead lap number 1, kind of getting stacked up about the mid-pack. One car going to go around. I believe that was the 1W of Wayne McDuff, and the caution lights will come on here on lap number 4. So the excitement that I called Daytona was definitely exciting. There's that Bartel Builders 1W of Wayne McDuff. He is involved in this wreck here. Let's take a look what happened to our old friend Wayne. Oh, there you see he's already in the wall. See if we can throw it back just a little bit here for Wayne McDuff. We saw the checkup really starting to come on the bottom side of the speedway there. Watch that 1W, that black and green machine. Down in 4, everybody's going to start to jockey and jack up the field. Oh, him and Durgan right there. Then you see that big stack up and stuff just gets turned around and a very slight contact to the nose piece of that car. So as the safety car lights are on, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch this broadcast here for the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing Series. If it's the first time joining us here, whether you're watching live on YouTube or Facebook, we welcome you and we thank you. We bring you racing action 7 days a week here, brought to you by the iRacing.com platform, of course, the #1 simulator to hone your race craft. Does look like the safety car lights are off. CJ LeClaire will take the outside groove here. We're actually only going to be credited with 3 laps officially of green flag racing here. So we'll see if we can log some more laps here. One driver having a transponder issue. I believe that's the number 97.5 of Nathaniel Gay. See if that'll sort itself out. Heath Auto Repair, the Turn 3 Racing Network, Jordan Hencars on the front row. Then it's LaValle and Gay. Safety car heading to the safety of pit road, and CJ LeClaire says, now's the time to fire. Now's the time to go. Millen trying to go to the top side very quick there as LaValle was trying to make a move around him. That driver, that Chevrolet number 31 entry. Look at the bottom side. Who is that? That's the 17 of Durgan. He had to start in the final 3 spots. It was actually second to last here. Peyton Talbot right there, too. One car getting crossed up. That's the 31 of LaValle. Where's Talon Carter? He was one of those 3 drivers I had to go to the back there. You see the number 1 of Talon Carter. All 3 of those drivers just right down around the bottom side. CJ LeClaire working away from the field here. He's pulled out to a half a second race lead. Caleb Durgan, though, leading the charge on the bottom. He's picked up 8 spots along with Peyton Talbot. They are looking to the back of the 98 now of Racing Jason. Will he be the next car to fall victim? Dobbs will go to the outside there. He's going to drive it in really straight down in 1. Will he get a great run off turn 2? Look at him fire off the top side. He'll pull about a half a car length back on the 17 of Durgan, who works the bottom side of the speedway. At the line, it was LeClaire. Look at Durgan. He's going to go 2 for 1, or at least try to, down in turn number 1 and 2. Wasn't quite able to, but he will pick off Dobbs. Now he's going to go to the bottom here in 3. Will he slide up in front of the 40 of Millen? He will not. The bottom in 3 and 4 is the place to be. Slider line available here in 1 for Durgan. He will take it over Millen. Actually gives him plenty of room to the front of the field. But it will be CJ LeClaire, Caleb Durgan, Josiah Millen, Talon Carter. He drove it in there, and it looks like that car got tight. He's going to wash up the speedway, almost getting into the 7 of Joshua LeClaire. LeClaire going to be able to hold on. Carter going to slot himself in between LeClaire and LaValle. Rabtoy down around the bottom, just trying to be smooth and calm like chicken lips down on the bottom side of the speedway. Carter slide there back up in line. Here comes that 22, Rabtoy, right down around the bottom. You can always count on the driver out of Vermont to be one of the smoothest drivers on the speedway. Always will take his time to work through the field, and that raised iron tubing entry looking pretty solid down around the bottom. Millen's got Dobbs working to the outside. Look at the 98 coming out the gate here. That old boy from Crossville, Tennessee, really's got the 98 rolling now. 24 laps to go. Peyton Talbert's right there, but the battle will be for your top spot. CJ LeClaire, do not look back. The Ducharme speed onboard camera showing that Caleb Durgan is right there behind CJ LeClaire. Caution lights on. The 1W of Wade McDuff has gone around. So McDuff will bring the caution flag out. And this is what it was for. Oh, big stack up on the bottom there. He got into the left rear tire of the number 1 of Talon Carter, who was trying to keep it out of the 22 of Rabtoy, who hit a little bit of a slick spot down in turns 1 and 2. The Valley View Firewood onboard camera with Wayne McDuff. Slightest bit of contact, sending that McDuff Bartell Builders Racing number 1W around. Wayne will be able to keep that 1W out onto the speedway, though, and he will just rejoin into the 11th position. So CJ LeClaire, who had gone out to about a second race lead over the entire field, who got ran back down by Caleb Durgan, will now have to do it again here. He will choose the outside lane, so it'll be LeClaire, Durgan, Millen, Griffith, LeClaire, then Talbot. Your top 4-6 drivers there. Top 6. 7th will be Talon Carter, Dylan Rabtoy, Nathaniel Gay, Matthew LaValle, and Wayne McDuff back there into the 11th position. iRacing.com safety car lights are off. We are ready to go. Great start there by LeClaire, but great start for the 17. 3-wide battle back there. That's for third. Here comes Peyton Talbot down to the bottom side. That'll put LeClaire in the middle with Millen up to the outside. Dobbs getting a very rough, shaky start. He'll lose a spot. Now Millen going to lose 2 spots. Here comes that 22. Rabtoy down to the bottom. Silently, just smooth on the bottom like we said. Battle for the race lead, though. The 17 of Caleb Durgan will lead that lap with just 20 laps to go. New race leader at the line. 20 to go, and now Caleb Durgan will take full command here. CJ LeClaire tried to drive it down to the bottom side. Was not quite able to. At the line, Durgan will lead. CJ's right there. CJ's going to get a little sideways, though, a little too sideways. Now here comes Peyton Talbot, and he'll work the outside. Tight again there for LeClaire. He'll lose the spot. Peyton Talbot now running in P number 2. So it's Durgan, Talbot, LeClaire, Millen, your top 5. There's the battle for the race lead. Here comes Peyton Talbot. He knows he's got, well, halfway this time by, so he's got a couple laps to go yet before he really has to start to force the envelope. So it'll be Durgan, Talbot down into turn number 3, and Talbot tries to run a little bit of a higher line that time there through the corner. He'll go top shelf down here in turn 1. See what the exit of turn 2 looks like. He's got a great run. Looks like he's going to be able to pull to the outside. Caleb Durgan gives him the outside. This time he'll slide up in front of him down here in 3 and 4. That's going to actually kill the momentum, I would believe. Riding on board with the race leader. Caleb Durgan down to the bottom, very ginger on the throttle, but he'll grab a lot of moisture that time, and he will rocket ship away down the back straightaway. Can he hold on to it? Here comes Talbot, though. He really closes back in. Rabtoy back around the bottom back there. $14 to go. Down the back straightaway they go. The race lead is about a car length and a half right now for Caleb Durgan. As Talbot drives it in a little straight that time, washes up, hits the berm, but going to lose ground, so that move's not going to work. CJ LeClaire still hanging on to third. Josh LeClaire is back there in fourth. Millen and Rabtoy are side by side. These two drivers racing 3 nights a week, everything from big block modifieds to 358 modifieds. They run right here on the iRacing.com platform. 2 drivers that, well, one's a driver and one's a tire specialist and a setup guy. And, well, they got lots of real-world experience of wrenching on these cars, that's for sure. As a little tap there from the number 98 to the back of the number 22 of Rabtoy. That'll force him 3 wide. Talon Carter all of a sudden starting to make his way towards the front here with just 11 laps to go. Dom's going to try and slide. He's not going to be able to. Had to check it up, and that's really going to stack him up off turn 2. They stacked him up, and it's going to actually be Dobbs holding the spot for the time being. Battle for the race lead, though, is really heating up now that it's only 10 laps to go. Talbot did take a peek to the inside. Caution lights are on. Caution lights with 10 laps to go. Talon Carter, who finished in the top 3. having some problems. What happened to the teenager? This is what it is. Him and the number 31 of Matthew LaValle making contact, and Carter going around actually keeps it out of the wall. Right on board with the Rags Carter Racing Daddy Daycare Designs onboard camera. So Talon Carter are just getting out of shape to put us under the caution flag. So it is 10 laps to go. I'm going to be interested to see what the officials here tonight. Do they put them back into the 2x2 formation, or do we go single file with just 10 laps to go? Caleb Durgan is the race leader, though, that is for sure. Then it's going to be Peyton Tappert, CJ LeClaire, Josh LeClaire, and Josiah Millen. That's the top 5 here with 10 laps to go. We'll see which one of these Valley View Firewood 358 modified drivers can do. As it looks like we will. Double them back up as the safety car lights are off. So 2x2 formation is what we will go with just 10 laps to go here tonight in our second feature event here from Volusia. The final trip we are making this season here to Volusia, as next week is the season finale. Pace car in, green flag in the hands. Here we go. Strong push there by CJ LeClaire that time into turn number 1. He tried to get it all, but he didn't grab any spots. He does hold on to P number 3. 8 to go, first lap back to green, complete, and it is Caleb Durgan. Peyton Tappert, though, he's got $40 on the line. He picked up feature event number 1. If he can do it again, Clark and Son Automotive gonna feed him a nice 40 spot for the race team this season. Durgan holds it at the line. Durgan, Tappert, LeClaire, Griffith to the outside of Millen here. That's for the 5th spot tonight. Dobbs driving around the outside. Now Millen going to go to the top side. He's going to check up a little bit, crack the throttle, and that's actually going to lose him a little ground. LaValle was right there. 6 more times. 6 laps to determine who will go to victory lane. Right on board with the race leader, that Gioiosa's Wine and Spirits. Onboard camera, Caleb Durgan out front. High 5 this time, 5 to go. Whatever you got left in the tank, you have to use it right here, because that end of those 35 laps is coming quick. Look at Josh LeClaire work the outside here tonight. He's having a good run in that LeClaire Flatworx number 7. Josh LeClaire to the outside right now, trying to run down CJ LeClaire. Has 3.5 laps to do it. 3.5 to go. This time by, it'd actually just be 3. Nothing changing hands at the front of the field, but back here, Rabtoy, LaValle, side by side. Carter and McDuff are side by side for the 9th and 10th position as the old popsicle sticks are being wound up and being shown to your race leader. 1 mile of racing left here tonight. 1 mile to determine who will win tonight here in our second feature event. Caleb Durgan will come around. It'll be the white flag, the final trip around the speedway for Caleb Durgan. What does Peyton Tappert have? He'll have one final chance down here in 3 and 4. It's the final trip down the back straightaway. Durgan going to go to the bottom. Tappert going to try and maybe drive it in a little bit high and wide, and he's right there, but the win will go. Caleb Durgan picking up win number 2 here tonight. Unofficial results there as the fireworks go off. Caleb Durgan, Peyton Tappert, CJ LeClaire, Josh LeClaire, Racing Jason there in the 98 will go 5th. Josiah Millen is 6th. Dylan Raptoy is 7th. McDuff is 8th. Nathaniel Gay is 9th. Matt LaValle is 10th. Talon Carter in 11th. And Chris Clark will finish in the 12th position. Those are, of course, your unofficial race results here tonight as you see your top 3 on the front straightaway. We will get a word in with all 3 of those drivers when we come back from the break. Don't go anywhere. Hear what your victory celebration sounds like here tonight in the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing National Series. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. Round number 9 and technically round number 10 here tonight for the Northeast iRacing National Series presented by the Valley View Firewood. We have some drivers here tonight to talk to after 35 laps of competition for the second time. Let's head down and talk to the driver that's in victory lane this time. It's the driver of car number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Caleb, you had a fast piece in the first one, and you showed us here in the second one. You were able to come all the way from, I believe it was the 11th or 10th starting spot here tonight to pick up feature win number 2. How'd the car feel? How was the racing surface out there?
You know, the surface was slick and bumpy, but you know, the setup was fine. You can't really make adjustments, what sucks, but we were able to drive it up to the front. You know, if we wouldn't have gotten the wall and then got doored by the one, we could have won the first one too, maybe. But it is what it is, and I think we'll move on to next week.
Moving on to next week for the final race of the season. Hasn't been disclosed, I don't believe, to the public yet. Where do you think we're going for the final race of the season?
I'm not too sure, you know. Hopefully it's a track I'm good at. I know Peyton will definitely be there. I mean, he's good at every track and every car you put him in.
How would you feel if we took these modifieds to the New Jersey Motorsports Park? It's been done before in the real world. What do you think we could do if we took them there on iRacing?
It'd be some fun.
You never know what would happen when we take these modifieds off the dirt if we were to slap them on the asphalt ovals or the asphalt road courses. But just kidding, that's not going to happen. But hey, we could always dream maybe one day to see it here on iRacing. But congratulations here tonight, Caleb, as you're the winner of round number 10. Who do you got to thank back home?
Yeah, you know, I couldn't do it without JD Samhood Painting and Valley View Firewood. You know, them two are my main sponsors. Integra Racing Shocks, add a sign for the sweet wrap, Big Now Racing Products, RKM Setup Shop, and special thanks to all my haters. You know, them are the best people in the world.
Well, I'm put into that category too myself, so there it is. Caleb Durgan, one of my haters, will go to victory lane here tonight. It's only a good running joke between Caleb and I. Congratulations to Caleb as he's in victory lane. Our second place finisher here tonight. How about it, Peyton? It's the second time we talked to you also tonight. First time was down in victory lane. This time a little bit off to the left of victory lane, but still a good points night and a very fast car.
Yeah, I had a real good car at the end there. I just, with that restart, I was right on Caleb and tried a different line, and I think I gave up too much time. We got back to him there on the last lap, but I just couldn't do anything. Just hats off to him. We'll see what we can do next week.
Next week, you talked about it. You heard Caleb there from the distance talk about what's coming next week. What do you think? Where are we going?
For me personally, I'd love to go to Lernerville. I really think it's a driver's track. There's no walls there, so it's a really fine line running the cushion. I'd really love to see the big blocks, but I don't know if that's going to happen yet. But yeah, that's definitely my my personal choice.
Possibilities. They are endless here with the great iRacing.com simulator. Maybe we'll head over to, what was that new track that was released today out there? The Coliseum. How about that one?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really ran these cars much on asphalt stuff, but it'd be really, I think it'd be kind of a tire game. I don't know if you can burn these. I don't think on dirt you touch these tires, but maybe on asphalt. I'm not sure.
Well, I can tell you, I'm only kidding. We're not going to the Coliseum with the modifieds at all. But hey, great run for you tonight, Peyton. That's going to help you in the points championship. Congratulations tonight. Who makes it all possible on the 14T back home?
Yeah, I just got to thank Corey at Reesville Performance. He does all my iRacing stuff, so I got to thank him. Fastline Performance, Sets Body Shop, Precision Hydraulic and Oil, Northeast Forestry, Dig Race Products, Sig Fab Chassis, everybody that watches and supports, y'all for broadcasting this and putting us on, and Parker Excavating as well, and I think that's all I got.
There you hear it, the 14T. He picks up the first feature event win tonight, and then he finishes in P number 2. So anybody that was checking up on that Clark & Son sweep of the 35s here tonight, Peyton Talbert, who did win the first one, did not win the second one. So that money will now go to, well, back into Clark & Son pocketbook. So Peyton Talbot, your second place finisher here tonight, finishing in third. How about it, CJ? Second time we get to see this Ford machine on the podium. A very strong car in the beginning of this race, but you faded back to third, and then it seemed like that's where this car sat the rest of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like we got a third place car, and that's what it is. First race, we had driver error and climbed the wall and destroyed the car. We had to pull out the backup car and managed to squeak out a third. It's a pretty good night, I'd say.
A good night, especially the way the first race of the evening went for you guys. You know, not all the time. We don't always get to have these backup cars here with the Valley View Series. How much did it mean that you guys didn't have to wrench on that other car? Or how much time would it have taken to actually fix that car up to come out here and be as competitive as the backup car was?
If we didn't have a backup car, we would have been a last place car because she was twisted and she wasn't turning, and there was no bringing it back in that short amount of time.
What are you saying? The Twisted Sister couldn't get it done?
No way. It was pushing, and it wasn't turning.
Well, it's good that we had this second car to watch you rip out front of this field here tonight. You had Caleb Durgan and Peyton Talbert, though, run you down. Did you have anything left at the end of the race? Maybe, you know, if a late race yellow would have come out with, say, just a one-lap dash?
Nah, them guys are strong, and we're just not quite there yet. We're there, but we need a little bit more to be able to get by them. We can stay with them, but we don't got nothing to go around them.
Well, hey, a question that just popped up into the Twitter feed is, ask CJ LeClaire, what does he think about the announcement that Dale Earnhardt Jr. put out the other week for cylinder dirt cars coming here to iRacing?
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm here. It's happening here shortly, soon. There's not exact dates, but I'm looking forward to it because that's my thing.
That's your thing, but you did great here tonight in these 358 modifieds from the Northeast. Who do you got to thank that turned this car around and got it race ready?
Well, I always got to thank Heath Auto Repair, man. They're our number one sponsor and our only sponsor, and they get it done for us. And, of course, we got to thank Valley View Firewood, M&M Country Store, Northeast iRacing Series, and Turn 3. Everybody puts on the show here for us. Very appreciative and enjoy coming out every week.
There you hear it from the number 4 of CJ LeClaire. He will finish in P number 3 here tonight. Another strong showing for that number 4 machine. He has been on a roll here as of late with the Valley View Firewood Northeast iRacing Series. Those are your post-race interviews brought to us by our friends at the Valley View Firewood. Get their wood and keep your fire going. That's going to about do it, though, here from Volusia. Next week's race is still in the air. For all the drivers, though, keep your eyes posted. That should be coming out here in the next couple of hours, maybe in the morning, as we will race one more time this season. So for everybody at the Valley View Firewood, everybody at Clark & Son Automotive, the M&M Country Store, Gioiosa's Wine and Spirits, Daddy's Daycare Designs, Begor Supply, Hanson Starter Shop, Direct Imported Vehicles, and LeClaire Flatworx. We thank you all for tuning in here tonight to watch the race here at Volusia. We hope everybody enjoyed the show, and we will catch you in turn 3.